Hello YouTube, Brick Geek here with another daily pack opening for the Games Repository with Magic the Gathering Conspiracy. Let's have a look and see what we get today, shall we? Come on, this one's being a bit tricksy today. There we go, right. So token wise we have got a Ogre. 4/4 red creature. We like our tokens, don't we, boys and girls? Okay. Silver Chase Fox, 2-drop, white for a 2/2, and it's got the sacking ability to exile target enchantment. I really enjoy that card because it's white removal, and it exiles the enchantment as well. Dream Fracture, this is a slightly older card now, reprinted for this set. A lot of the cards in here are reprints. You'll have seen them in the last couple of years. This is a 3-drop double blue. There's a lot of double drops in here, so it does really kind of push you into making some commitments to colours. Counter target spell, its controller draws a card and draw a card yourself. Would be very, very handy. There, you get a draw, your opponent gets a draw for a 3-drop. And you get to counter there as well. Courier Hawk, we've looked at this one recently in the last couple of days. That's a 2-drop white for a 1/2 with flying and vigilance. Said it before, I'll say it again, flying's always good in draft. We've got a Lizard Warrior, which is a 4-drop for a 4/2. I'm not overly keen on this card because it's so expensive for no additional abilities, but if you do need something red just to kind of bulk up your mid-game, there you go. Wrap in Flames, 4-drop for red. Wrap in Flames deals 1 damage to each of up to 3 target creatures. Those creatures can't block this turn. Could be a bit of removal for small creatures, or could mean you just slip in then past and get the kill that you need. Copperhorn Scout, always one of my favourites. When I built my elf deck, I really enjoyed this card. It's a 1-drop for a 1/1 elf, and when it attacks, untap each other creature you control. So you swing in with everything, and then they all untap. Beautiful card. Grudge Keeper, 2-drop black for 2/1. Whenever players finish voting, each opponent who voted for a choice you didn't vote for loses 2 life. That really can force people into making some good choices for you. Sakura Tribe Elder, 2-drop green for a 1/1. Might sound a bit expensive, but when at any point you can sack it, search your library for basic land card. You can use this to trigger mob effects. You can use this as a blocker, and then you go and get a land. Guardian Zendikon, which is a 3-drop white, enchant the land. Enchanted land's 2/6 white wall creature with defender. It's the land, so you can tap it for your mana. And when enchanted creature land dies, return that card to your hand. So even if you use it to block something so big it can kill a 2/6, you still get your land back. Compulsive Research. This is a slightly older card, very useful. 3-drop blue. Target player draws 3 cards, then that player discards 2 cards unless he or she discards a land. If you're land heavy, you can use it on yourself, or you can make people mill with it. Like I've said before, I think Conspiracy is a very mill heavy game. Fact or Fiction, we like a bit of Fact or Fiction. This is one of the really big cards that got reprinted in this. It's a 4-drop blue. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent. So they've had to, an opponent separates those cards into 2 piles, put 1 pile into your hand and the other one into your graveyard. So your opponent could go, right, 1 pile of 1, 1 pile of 4. Do you go for the lots of cards, or do you go for the single card that they know you really want? Oh, I love Fact or Fiction. It's in my commander deck. Right, another uncommon, Woodvine Elemental, which is a 6-drop with a blue and a white cost for a 4/4 and trample, but it also has the Parley effect. Now this is another Conspiracy effect that we haven't talked about much recently in the last couple of days, but Parley, whenever Woodvine Elemental attacks, each player reveals the top card of his or her library. For each non-land card revealed this way, attacking creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn, then each player draws a card. Nice bit of draw in there, can buff up all your creatures. Depending on how many people you're playing against, there's a good chance you're going to get a non-land. So that's quite useful. Another uncommon is Victimize, it's 3-drop black. Choose 2 target cards in your graveyard, sack a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. Right, it gives you a sacking ability, and you can regain some really powerful cards. If you've got the land cycling abilities, that could be very, very useful, and I think you could massively combo out with this and some land cycling cards. You get them onto the battlefield for free. Our rare is Reflecting Pool. This is an amazing land card. Tap it, add to your mana pool 1 mana of any type that a land you control could produce. So that's just perfect for mana fixing. I mean, it's no good for early game, like first turn, you're not going to get anything from it, but a little bit later on, you're going to have a little bit of everything coming out of that one. We really like Reflecting Pool. Oh, and our special card at the back is a legendary land, Palino, the High City. It's also a foil. Reveal Palino, the High City, as you draft it. The player to your right chooses a colour. You choose another colour, then the player to your left chooses a third colour. Tap it, add 1 mana to your mana pool for any colour chosen as you drafted card's name, Palano, the High City. Right, this could be even more tricksy if you played 2, because you could really mix up all the colours and have everything. Not if an opponent drafts one, because it says when you drafted cards named it. So that's a really, really useful card. I played one in one of my decks that I built on the pre-release and really enjoyed playing it. It was really good. You've got to be very careful that your opponent doesn't, none of your people realise what colours you're playing, and you don't want to give away your colours as well, so you kind of hope that the person to your right or the left is going to pick the colour that you want, whereas you can fool everyone into calling another colour. So I love Conspiracy. It just makes drafting so much fun. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to check out some of our other videos, and we will see you tomorrow.